Hello, everyone. Yuval Teren is here, a communication coach and human analyst. And today we are here with Emmanuel Carre, aka Call Me Manny, a comedian and influencer with over 2 million followers on his social media accounts. One of the funniest people I personally know. And I am very excited to have you on the show and hear your personal success story. So, Emmanuel, how are you doing today?
Hello, Yuval. Thank you for having me. Doing amazing, beautiful day outside. I'm alive and I'm well. I'm breathing. Can't be happier. Life is good. What about you? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm very excited for you to be here. And
Thank
I
you.
want
Thank
to
you for having me.
start. I want to start
Yeah.
from what are you maybe currently doing in your life? Share with us a little bit about your current work in life. What are you doing? And then we're going to track back to hear what led you into do those amazing things and chasing your dreams and making them real.
Right. Well, today, at the moment, I am a college student at the University of Florida Atlantic, pursuing communication studies major at the FAU Florida Atlantic. I'm about to grab my degree in fall, and it's going to be my last semester in fall. Pretty excited about that. I wanted to pursue a minor in theater, but I would have to take like some classes that would have been boring. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to graduate with the communication studies, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Also, at the moment, I also do videos on social media. Um, do like comedy videos on social media, and also do stand-up comedy on the side. Literally talking about it yesterday night. I had a comedy show. We had a great turnout. People pulled up. It was great. It was amazing. Yeah. What else that I do at the moment? Just working on building, a future agency with a couple friends of mine that helped me kind of run things, so I don't have to, my head don't blow with everything going on. So yeah, those people are really kind of my rock that helped me also. Like that's actually what I'm doing at the moment. Yes, I'm doing kind of working on different projects, which is stand-up comedy, continuing to grow my platform on social media, and also building a business out of what I'm doing right now.
That's
That's what I'm doing.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
I'm very curious
Thank you.
to hear how did you get into comedy shows to becoming a performer and actually make people laugh and become an entertainer, basically? How do you get into that job? Where does your life begin? Did you dream about it as a kid? Maybe give us a little bit background about where did it all begin? Where your life began? Where did you grew up?
Mm,
Family,
right.
anyone in your family doing it? Or and then we're gonna dive deep to understand maybe what led you into those things.
Yes, sir. So basically, I started doing not really. I started doing stand up comedy 3 years ago, but I truly believe that I always been doing stand up comedy my whole life. If I can say so, my whole life I always been doing stand up comedy. It was not really written like I am reading writing now with a purpose and certain words and to have a certain reaction, you know. But I think I was doing that since I was a kid. I always wanted to entertain people. I was a part of you know, the little dance shows that we had at school because I thought it was cool just be like to entertain people somehow. That's always been my dream, which my dream always been to entertain the world. And that's literally what I'm wearing right now. Ep12. This is my production company that I would like to build in the future. Because for me, entertainment is across borders. It doesn't matter from where you're from, and no matter. But if the feeling is genuine, people will feel your energy, and people will feel what you're really trying to uh, give to them. And I started as a kid. I started to do like and I was watching videos on social media, YouTube, and when I moved to France when I was 12, I turned 13, and I was like, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was watching. The only thing that was kind of making me laugh was being on social media and watching YouTube videos, and there was these YouTubers that were like, really funny to me, and I was like, everybody loved those YouTubers. So in my head, I was like, if I became one of those YouTubers, maybe people would love me more, and I will have more friends. Turned out that I was a little bit stupid and dumb. That's because that's not how you make friends. But that's what kind of pushed me to kind of like take my little phone that I used to have at the time, a little Nokia 360, I don't know if a Nokia Lumia. That was a Nokia Lumia white 360 that I used to put like on top of multiple boxes that I put like on top of my house. I was like multiple boxes, my shoe boxes. I would just put in them so it can look like a tripod and put like a little cup of water that hold the phone. And I was just recording these little videos in my room. Sometimes I was asking my little sister to help me out to record it. She didn't really have the choice, so she was doing it. but I wasn't. It wasn't really the best. I was also doing like athletic. I was also athletic as a kid. I was playing soccer at the same time, so I didn't have time to focus on one. So my mom was telling me, "You have to focus on one thing. You already have school and you have soccer, so you have to focus." My mom didn't really like me doing videos because I grew up in an African house, and growing up in an African house was this was being seen as like, oh, you were being a clown. But my mom didn't really know the ways like there's a craft behind it, how to work people brain, how to, you know what I mean, like how to wait the perfect timing. It's not just like talking to talk, it's to talk and when to talk and when to say, when to do things, etc. So my mom didn't understand it, but it was not her fault. But she was just trying to look out for me, and she was always telling me like studying is way better. My mom wanted me to pursue a degree instead, so I kind of put the videos on the side, but I was still making them because I just like to make people laugh. So every here and there, I was just posting like a little skit of myself that I would post on social media just to make my friend laugh, or I would post like funny stories on IG just to make my friends laugh. I didn't really have a platform. And, one day, unfortunately, when I came to America to pursue now my college degree, and then because I had a scholarship to go to FAU, I'm not from America. I'm born in Cameroon and grew up born and raised in Cameroon until like I was 12. And I moved to France when I was 12, and I turned like from 12 to 16. I was to France. 16 to 20, I was in England because I had a chance to pursue like a scholarship and studying in England, and that's where I went. And after going in England, I had an opportunity to come to America, and I believe that I always manifested the fact to come to America. America is the place of the show business. It's the music. It's where everything happens. So when I had the opportunity to come study in America, I was like, "Yep, I'm going." I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just packed my stuff. I told my mom I'm going. I started to save up some money to make the process of like going to America easier. Because an agency was taking care of everything that we had to do, like in order for us to come here. So we had to pay the agency. So I had to work, make the extra money to pay that agency because my mom always wanted to help me. She did her best, but the rest of it I kind of completed, you know what I mean? Because I was not raised in a fortunate family. This is why I'm trying to create a fortunate family out of me, and with all the work that I do and the little plans that I want to build in the future. But yeah, so I came here in America, and unfortunately, in America, I got hurt, injured because of COVID. But in having COVID, because there was like COVID, it was the COVID season. Athletes were really touched by COVID, and when an athlete was touched by COVID, the doctors were making sure that athlete was fine. And when I got COVID, I had to do multiple physical tests to make sure like, oh, Emmanuel is okay to go. And then they found out that Emmanuel was not okay to go because I had a heart condition, which is hypertrophy cardiomyopathy. I don't know how to say the word in English. Complicated word, apparently. But they said it was too dangerous for me to pursue a career into soccer. And telling so like my whole life, because I kind of stopped doing videos on the side. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be an entertainer in comedy or video wise. I'm going to be an entertainer in sports because sports is an entertainment, and that was my goal. I always wanted to entertain the people, like no matter how it was, dancing, singing. I love the dance. I love the sing. I love the play. I love to just be me. So I was like, even by playing soccer, you can still entertain people. Well, the doctor said you cannot, and then so I was pretty sad during the year. I was kind of finding myself. I had like a mental battle with myself, and I was like, what am I here to do? I came in America to pursue a degree and play soccer at the same time, D1 level, and maybe have the opportunity to go to the MLS draft, have a pro contract, provide for my family, play in front of 1,000 people in stadiums. That was my goal since I was a little kid. My goal since a little kid was just to perform somehow in front of people. It didn't matter how. I just wanted to perform in front of people, just do my thing. And when a doctor tells you like what you've been doing for the past 14 years of your life consistently, and sacrificing hours of sleep, sacrifices hanging out with your friends, someone that you barely met just tell you like, well, you cannot do what you always wanted to do. And it was really it was heartbreaking. I was sad. The people around me can tell you about it. It was complicated. It was really tough. I did not know what to do for a year. And good thing I was finding happiness by making little videos in him, you know. And I took myself and I was like, you know what, I took a video that I posted on YouTube 3 years ago because I truly believe into speaking into existence and work hard towards it. I just posted that video on YouTube saying, I don't know what's gonna happen in my life. I am injured today. I don't know what's gonna happen in my life, but I'm posting this video to watch it in 5 years and see what I did so far in 5 years and see if, I came out of this, and that's what I did. And I bought like a little camera and I started to record my little skits on YouTube. Then this new TikTok app that people were talking about, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on TikTok because like, let's see, I decided to focus strictly on TikTok. I was like, I'm gonna focus only on TikTok and I'm gonna make sure that I will post videos on TikTok, and at first it was not going viral. I had like 500 views, 1,000 views. By the way, if people are watching this doesn't mean this is bad. I'm just saying it was at the beginning, so keep going because you can also reach those numbers if you really put the time in and the work in, and you believe in yourself and you believe in the higher ups, wherever you believe in. But keep going, don't give up. And that's what I thought myself. I'm not gonna give up because I already planned in my phone multiple videos idea in case the viral moment would happen. And when the viral moment would happen, I didn't want to let it die. I wanted to grab it and keep writing on it. And then one day I posted like a video on TikTok that was only my style, that a video that I do. And it started to go viral. And my friend told me like, yo, Manny, whoa, you going viral. And this is when I understood like, okay, this is my calling. I know I came to America maybe to play soccer, but I believe in God. And I believe that God was telling me, I just wanted you to come to America here, just to be in America, have a stable foot, make connection because of the person that I am. Even when I was injured, my coaches told me, we're not going to send you back home. We're going to keep you on the team, keep you on the roster. And I'm always going to be thankful to my coaches for that. Still going to give me a scholarship. And yeah, so like with that scholarship, I was able to study even if I was not able to play, and now it's just history.
Wow, it's beautiful. So one thing that I love to search and look for is the idea of purpose. What is our purpose in life? And it's very interesting to see how something that you started as a young kid, you were interested in YouTube videos and filming, and then you moved to the US to play soccer. And somehow something happened and you hear about that you can't play anymore because of a medical condition. And this purpose from your young Manny, finds you later in life and kind of reunite with who you knew what you are and what you want to bring. So it's amazing. And one thing that I want to mention, your mom told you something nice that I want our listeners to pay attention to. She told you, focus on one thing. And I think it's one of the most important things that many people miss out of doing today. When we try to grab and do so many things at the same time because we're not sure that we can succeed in one area. But if we choose one area and we say, all right, I'm going to specialize in that area, then our chances to succeed in it are much higher. And I think it's one of the great advices that she could have said back then, which I think it's important to pay attention to and take it to each one to their life.
I truly listened to a lot to my mom because even before I got injured, which my mom, I truly believe that my mom have like superpowers sometimes. I was in France after living in England for 3 years and playing in a good academy level. My mom told me, and I got a diploma from there, like, high school, I finished there. And then my mom told me, like, okay, what is your plan now? Like, you had a diploma, You might did not sign the pro contract that you were aiming for as a professional player. What do you want to do now? Because I went back to France and I was playing with this nice, good team that was giving me money, but it was not like high professional standard where you live good. And my mom told me, like, in life, you never know, you can get injured, so you need a diploma. So, and then the fact that my mom told me that, I was like, I'm going to get a degree and I'm going to play still at the good level, which is D1 American soccer, and finding out like 5 months later, I got injured and I was not able to play anymore as a professional level, but luckily enough, at the same time, I was pursuing a degree. So I was able to continue the degree, train with the team, but not compete. You know what I mean? So actually, every time my mom gave me an advice, I always make sure to listen to my mom advice, because my mom was like, I think she actually believes she has superpowers. Yeah, that's some superpower stuff right there.
That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear about your current life. So, as a comedian, you entertain people, you stand on stage, you speak. Have you ever experienced stage fright, or at the beginning, like, about those thoughts that tell you maybe, wow, is the stage really for me or not for me? Like, any experience, any fear, or speaking with people, or standing out on stage, or what was your experience at the beginning when you just started out?
That's a great question that you just asked me, Yuval. And sometimes I feel like you're reading my mind, and it's really like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, because when I was playing soccer my whole life, even when I was playing at a good level, even when I was on the field, multiple times in my head, I was like, do I belong here? Am I, like, I was playing, and in my head, I was like, am I good enough to be a professional level? Do I belong on this field right now? And on the field, I will have like panic attack, But then when I started, I stopped playing soccer for a year because I was injured and I couldn't play anymore, and I was looking for new things to do, right? And the first time that I did my first open mic and I got on stage right there, in my head, I was like, yeah, this is where I belong. Like, and it wasn't, the thing that I did was not even great the first time that I went on stage, but for some reason, for me, it felt like that's where I was supposed to always be. Like, I was not supposed to be nowhere else. So when I'm on stage, before going on stage, I have thoughts in my mind. Of course, I'm scared. I'm anxious. I'm like, are they gonna like it? But then I remember, like, just be yourself. I see the crowd, the people that come watch me for real, like my friend. You just have to be likable and funny, and people always gonna open their heart to you. So I never felt one single time in my life, like, while doing stand-up comedy, like, yo, am I really good enough for that? Because I believe that I am. Like, I'm not saying that to be vain or cocky. It's just because I work hard. I have a performance coach. English is not my first language, so I have someone that helps me to speak fluently. Even when I write jokes, I make sure to double check it to someone that speaks English with my performance coach that tells me, okay, this is good. Word it like this. Switch it up. You know what I mean? And in my act of stand-up comedy, I do a lot of persona. I just don't tell jokes. I move a lot. I make movement. I make facial expressions. So it's like acting at the same time. So, like, I take that really seriously. And that's why, like, the fact that I take it seriously like that, I know myself that I can do it, and I truly believe that everybody that's doing something should act like that, Of course, everywhere you walk, don't walk around with a vain attitude. Walk around with a confident attitude. Like, you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your work, you're confident of everything that you've been through in order to get to that stage, and you're gonna kill it. I'm always gonna be scared. I'm gonna be like a little bit stressed, my legs a little bit shaking, But as soon as I hear the first laugh, I'm good to go. It feels good. I always pray before going on stage. I pray after going on stage, and yeah, it's just like, I never felt like I don't belong there. But when I was playing soccer, I really felt like, I don't know if that's me. Like, multiple times in my life, in my head, it came to my mind, like, I don't know if that's me. But ever since I've been doing comedy, since I've been doing stand-up, not one single time. And that's like, literally, I truly believe this is it for me, yeah.
I love it. This idea. I think it's great for our listeners to remember, because maybe one of the listeners, or even a few of them, I don't know, they want to be on stage and speak to people, or maybe do comedy or any other shows. And
Right.
I think the idea of standing on stage and, as you said, treat the audience as, think about them as your friends, it changes the whole approach on stage. We're much more comfortable speaking, laughing with them, engage with the audience. And I think it's a great tip for anyone, even if you're not performing. If you just speak to people in your job, in your whatever you do in a presentation, think about the audience as your friends, as someone that you're familiar with, and speak with them, with the same emotion, feeling.
Yeah.
It would help them open up with you, and you open up with them. So it's an amazing idea.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
So, I want to dive a little bit into your own thoughts and perspective about, maybe few of our listeners, or many people have fears and anxiety, stress before they do something. Do you have any tip for our listeners when they're stressing out from maybe meeting new people, or speaking with people, or doing something that they want to do or pursue? Anything that can help them release this anxiety or stress, maybe something that you do that helps you or helped you in the past to overcome those mental barriers and follow your dreams.
Yes, I definitely have some tips, and I'm really thankful in overall in my life to just be like a outgoing person, and like, I've never been scared to meet people. If today you tell me you have to meet this person, I'm like, okay, let's go. I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, but people that are not like that are more like, like scared, like, outgoing out there, that are not outgoing. Like, the thing that you just have to tell to themselves, the person in front of you is just like you. The person in front of you is just like you. This is a normal, regular person that is just like you. For myself, when I tell myself, when I go to my comedy shows, when I have people that are sitting down there, they're not here to hate on me. They're here to laugh. Just do what you do. Make them laugh. In your mind, you always got to think about, like, make sure to take away the negative, that the worst. People always going to think about the worst, or what if. When you put the worst in the situation, in even the air, the oxygen, the universe, that's when the worst happens. When you just see the good, that's what, like, I tell my mom that sometimes too. Like, my mom is really like a worse type of person. She always gonna see the worst. I'm gonna tell my mom I'm gonna go out. She's gonna remember, what if like something happened. You know what I mean? You don't need to think about that. You just need to think about what's you're gonna gain from it, what could be good for you. Even today, like, I tell myself, like, I might do a comedy show. I did not get the laughters that I needed or that I wanted, but I still got on stage. That's stage time. Every single time you have to see the worst that you see in your head, and then you see the best also, and you realize that the best is way better than the worst, and you just gotta keep going. It's normal. Like, as an athlete, you're gonna go to a game, you're gonna be scared. A final championship, you're gonna be scared. It's okay. It's all right to be nervous. It's a big deal. And for whoever watching, it's gonna be a big deal for them. But, like, you also got to think about what you can gain from it. Never be scared, because there's so many things that you can gain from. By being scared of talking to people, you never know who you're gonna meet. If I was scared to do that comedy show, and then I won that 2-act night that we did, I would never have met you. I would never, like, even thought about, like, wow, there's other people doing this. If I was scared, like, to stand up people, I would not be. If I was thinking, like, what if people think I'm not funny, I wouldn't have like 2.5 million followers. If I was scared to be like, oh, I don't know what if America is for me. Today, I wouldn't be able to graduate from a university being from Africa. Maybe if I was in Africa, I stayed there, I would have never been in that situation. If I was scared, I would have told my mom I'd rather stay in Africa. I don't know why if Europe or America is for me. You always got to see what's You know what I mean? What's the best for you? You know, like never see the worst. That's everything. That's the advice that I will give to the people watching and listening to us right now. In every situation that you're in, never look for the worst. Always look for the best thing that could ever happen to you while doing that thing that scares you. You know? Yeah.
That's incredible. You know, one of the things that we can hear from your personal story and hear from you is that along your life path, you always said yes to opportunities. When opportunity came, you said yes. You didn't know what's going to happen next, but you accepted it. You're going to see, all right, I'm going to say yes and see where it leads me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's something very important to remember, because many times we have opportunities that come to us in our lives. People offer us things, but we say no because we fear that maybe it's not the right thing for us, or we think maybe it's not the time, or we fear many excuses. But I think the real thing, the real great idea here is to say yes to opportunities and see where it leads you, where it takes you. Because maybe God placed this opportunity in your path to lead you in
Mm-hmm.
a certain, to be in a certain place and become a certain person. So I think to be a yes man is something very important to remember here. And you know,
Really
another thing
important.
that you said, you talked about the what if, and it reminded me something. Many people think about what if something happened. What if I won't succeed? What if my plan would not work? And all of those what ifs hold us back from doing what we really want. And someone told me once that the answer for what if questions is 7. Always 7. Why? Because there is no answer for what if. We don't know what if going to happen, if something going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we know what we can do right now to change the future, to shape our future.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think it's an important thing that you have in your mindset that people should remember and embrace in their life, so they can keep on moving and chase their dreams, which is an amazing thing.
For sure.
So, you know, we talked a little bit about your background. We talked a little bit about your present. We talked about your mindset a little bit. If you're gonna give our listeners here a tip, something that you want them to remember from our conversation here today, something that you say, I want you to take, if you forget everything, I want you to remember that one thing that will help you chase your dreams and become the person you were born to be. What would that tip or idea or a quote, what would that be?
A quote that I would give to the people watching is believe in yourself like you already made it. You know, believe in yourself like you already made it. Every day that you wake up, the only thing that's gonna be on your mind is that final goal and objective that you have in mind. But every day you also have to act like it's already happening. You cannot just act like I'm still getting there. I'm still getting there. You always believe in yourself. And also I will just tell people like don't wait on the people to believe in you. It won't. Nobody will believe in yourself like you do. Even your own mom, your dad, your friends, yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in the work that you're putting in. Believe in what's going on. Like I say again, especially for me, in the people that are doing videos, I used to be really skeptical, but I used to post a video and be like, oh, only 500 people watch this. You know, that's what's 500 people in the room. Do you know what it is? You know, believe in yourself. Every little step that you take, it's a step. It's not just a little step. Like there's no such things like slow motion is better than no motion. That's my quote right there. Slow motion is better than no motion. No matter how fast you are, keep believing in yourself. You are not standing, never stand straight. As long as you're not standing straight, you're not standing still, my fault. Keep believing in yourself. Never give up. Keep going. Or every day, see it for yourself. Close your eyes and see that vision. My vision is me standing in front of like thousands of people in a stadium and making people laugh in a stadium. My whole life, I wanted to be an athlete. Also wanted to be an athlete that plays in stadium, that makes the world, like the whole world is watching, you know. And as a comedian, if you're a really good comedian, you can now fill stadium. And that's my final goal. My final goal, I'm not saying that's going to happen next year. It's not going to happen like tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 2 years. For sure, it's not going to happen in 2 years. But what? I just believe in myself that it will happen. And I believe in the fact that I can make it happen by doing the little work that I do every day. Every day. Every day. It's little steps that are going to get me to that stadium that's going to be filled one day. That's literally my only quote and advice that I have for the people. I know it might sound cliche, but the belief is the most important thing. When I had that belief that I would have like my videos will go viral, I just believed in myself. I started to write those ideas on my phone and I worked for it. And thankfully it happened, So that could be you, Everything that I say, people all the time trying to tell me, Manny, I'm trying to be like you. Manny, I'm trying to be like you, And I always tell people like, don't be like me. Be better, Just use me as someone that believed and did it. And now do the same thing and do it better. I'm believing right now because I've watched my peers. I'm not going to say my peers because we're not in the same category, but like people like Kevin Hart, people like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, people like Cristiano Ronaldo, people like Messi, all these people that just believed in themselves. They worked hard for it, and now they are somewhere. That's the people, I'm trying to reach, and I'm trying to be better than them. I'm not trying to be like them. I take example on them, but I'm always aiming for like more than what they did. Gonna be really hard to do though, but you never know. You just gotta believe and you see where it takes you. That's it.
It's a great advice. Coming from the self-development world and the coaching world, there was a research that they discovered that few of the most successful athletes in the world, actually before they reach before they succeed and win the game, they visualize in their mind themselves already succeeding and make it happen. And I think people don't understand the power of visualization, and people in business, the most successful business people, and you find out that people imagine and visualize before who they want to become and the person they feel they were born to be. They know they were born to be and see it. So I think it's a great tip to visualize who we are really from the inside, who we were born to be, and visualize this person in the future and see this person succeed. And it's an amazing tip that you said it, you shared it. And I want people to make sure they remember it. Visualize your success, visualize your future that you want to have. So, Manny, you shared with us so many great insights and great tips.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And you have a fascinating life story that brought you into being this amazing person that you are today, that makes so many people laugh and enjoy. And I know you personally, and I've seen your show, and you are amazing and hilarious. The show is just amazing. So I want to make sure that people can find your social media. So I know you have few accounts. Maybe share with us the Instagram, YouTube channel, TikTok, so we make sure they can find you also on your social media.
Well, my name on social media on Instagram is Emmanuel Carre, or you can just put Call Me Manny, Manny, call like a phone call, me like a M-E, Manny. And on YouTube, it's the same thing. On TikTok, it's the same thing. My name is Emmanuel Carre, aka Call Me Manny, and I am not on a mission to entertain the world. That's it. That's me.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being here with us today and inspire us.
Thank you, Yuval, for having me, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great guy, like talented. I can't curse. I'm a professional because I'm working right now, but I would curse if it wasn't real life. But talented AF. Is really good, and it's a pleasure just to be on this. You're really great. I really work off like vibes and energy and like the way like I just give myself out there. I just also like to see like the energy from people, and your energy like from the beginning was amazing. It was warm. When you did that show in front of us, I was like, wow, that's actually talent. You know, that's nice. That's studying. That's talent. That's studying. You know, like and what you do is studying the brain. You know, like when sometimes that I do stand-up comedy and I do crowd work, is studying the people, their behavior, and just making jokes out of it. But your thing, it's pretty cool. It's sick. You know. So thank you
Thank you
so much,
very
Yuval,
much,
for having
brother.
me. And yeah, I hope my next big show, you definitely gonna be there. You better be there. I'm gonna give you that ticket. I got you.
I'm
I got you.
looking
We got you
forward.
covered.
I'm looking forward. I'm
Yes,
there.
yes, sir. Guys, make sure to keep listening to my brother Yuval, amazing guy. And yeah, maybe in a year or two when he's gonna be bigger, we're gonna have like a set and we're gonna talk. Oh my gosh, Yuval, look how far we came because we believe. Exactly.
Love it.
That's
We're
it.
always in a progress. I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Manny, thank you so much for being here today with us, brother. See you soon.
Thank you for having me. See you soon. Bye, guys. Bye bye.